So, how do you overcome what you look and sound like on video? I think the best way to answer this or fix this is let's rephrase the question. Rephrase the question to how do you overcome what you think you look and sound like on video? Because chances are your voice or even what you look like is not as bad as what you're making it out to be. So that's the first thing that we have to get out of our mind. We got to stop having this negative thought or image of ourselves or what we think we should sound like, because chances are we are comparing ourselves possibly to what somebody else sounds like, right? We all have a unique voice. Everybody's voice doesn't sound the same. And surely all of us don't look the same. So, with that in mind, you got to understand that we are all unique in our own special way. The other thing, if it makes you uncomfortable when you look at yourself and when you hear yourself, you got to ask yourself, how many times have I heard my voice? Chances are you're uncomfortable because you haven't recorded yourself that many times. So when you hear it the first time, it's like, oh, I don't like this. It's like you cringe. It's natural to kind of think this way. But again, we got to throw the negative out because it's not as bad as you think it is. You got to practice recording yourself. Don't just record yourself once and just throw it away. Record yourself several times. Go back and listen to it. And after doing it so many times, you're going to understand and see that, you know what, my voice it's not that bad. The last thing I'll say is that you have to give yourself some grace and space to grow. When you first start recording yourself, sure, you're going to make mistakes. Sure, you may have a whole bunch of filler words that you use or that you say when you first record, but the more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get with it. The goal is, or I'll say, it is better to show up as your most authentic self than to try to show up as this perfect person, because none of us can be as perfect as we want to be when it comes to recording ourselves on video or audio. We can't. Perfectionism it's a hinder, and it'll drive you it'll drive you crazy. So you got to throw these thoughts out of your mind and stop thinking that you got to show up perfect, you got to sound perfect, because that's not true. Just be yourself. That's the most important thing, and that's how you overcome yourself, your voice, and what you look like on video. Because what you got to understand is this is me, and who I show up as, I'm going to be me. And that's all you have to do. So be comfortable with yourself. Be comfortable being you, because nobody else can be you. So be authentic, be yourself. Sure, you need to practice and practice and practice. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with it. But you don't have to worry about trying to be perfect, because that's not what we're looking at. That's a robot, right? That's what people think we should be. We should be robots. No. Be yourself. Show up as yourself. That's how you overcome yourself on video or what you sound like. That's how you overcome this, is that you just become comfortable with who you are, because it's who God made. I can't be you. You can't be me. So just be yourself. And that's all you have to do. And this is how you begin to learn how to overcome what you look and what you sound like, because you understand that, hey, I'm important. My voice is important. I'm not going to sound like somebody else. I don't want you to sound like somebody else. Just imagine if we all sounded alike, how boring would the world be? So how do you overcome what you look and sound like? First thing is understanding that we all have a unique voice. We're not going to all sound alike. You got to get comfortable with what you sound like, because nobody can sound like you. Don't just record yourself once and just throw this idea out that, oh, I sound bad. Give yourself some grace and space to grow. Sure, you're gonna make mistakes like all of us. Not gonna be perfect. That's how you overcome what you look and sound like on video.